So to get started with cookie decorating, you're going to need a few things that are probably not very essential when it comes to cake decorating. One, you're going to need cookie cutters. Cookie cutters are supposed to cut your cookies into the desired shapes. You can buy some of these basic ones from cake supplies shops in Kenya, the likes of Top Serve, Easy Bake, those ones. You can get these ones. I usually buy them from AliExpress. There is a merchant that goes by the name Kenyao, which I'm going to write the name. These ones, I print them myself in case you need a customized cookie cutter and you can't find it anywhere online, or it's going to take several days to ship to Kenya. I offer cookie cutters. Usually the price range is around from 350 to 500 per cookie cutter. Two, you're going to need some small mixing bowls. It's not a must you have several, but when you're mixing when you have a lot of colors, you're going to need to do a lot of washing your small mixing bowl. So if you have more than one, it's actually going to save you time. You're also going to need some silicone spatulas. These ones are going to be used to mix your icing or to scrape your bowl. The other item is some disposable piping bags. You can use the non-disposable piping bags, but it's going to require a lot of washing. You probably don't want to engage in all that, so some disposable piping bags. You're also going to need a spray bottle. It's not mandatory, but if you want to control the amount of liquid that you're going to add into your royal icing, especially when you're making the consistency for outlining and flooding, you need to be able to control the amount of water that goes into your icing. Then you're going to need some scribe tools. This one you can use a toothpick. It's not mandatory you get a scribe tool. You're going to see me using the toothpick in some of the sets, one of the sets, or maybe more when I'll be doing the actual decorating. Then of course you need a rolling pin. You can use the usual kitchen rolling pin. Now if you're going to use these, you'll need some dowels, which I am not sure where I kept mine, but I'm going to find them because I'll be using them in the video where I'll be showing you how to make the cookie dough. You need some dowels, the cake dowels. They're usually good to be able to control the height of or the thickness of your cookie dough. The other thing you're going to need is some measuring cups. These ones are easily available in cake supply shops in Kenya. You also need some baking paper or parchment paper. Now this one, it's going to be used to line the baking tray. You don't want your cookies to stick on the baking tray. It's also going to be used for something else, which I will be showing when we're making the royal icing transfers. You'll also need the cling film. Normally I buy the one that is 45 centimeters long because I want to be able to wrap my cookie dough in a way that it's not going to be left hanging. So the 45 centimeters works for me. You can buy the short one. I don't even remember the size of the other cling film that's a bit short. So you can get this one. You need some scissors to cut the disposable piping bag when you're decorating cookies. Then if you can be able to buy this knife, the X-Acto or the Precision or the art knife, you can buy it. It's going to help you with hand cutting cookies. In case you don't want to spend so much money in cookie cutters, you can always use the Zacto tool or the precision knife to hand cut cookies. You'll need some edible markers. They're going to help you with writing on cookies sometimes, and when you're decorating cookies, you might need to make some draft which you're going to use to guide you on where you want your icing to where you want to trace the outline of your icing before you flood. Then, if you can manage to get a projector, this is a Casio. There are cheaper versions of the Pico projector. You can check online on Amazon, or I don't know. Okay, usually I buy my items from Amazon. I haven't checked if AliExpress has the Pico projector, but maybe they have it. So you can buy this one online. You also need a holder for the projector. I don't know if it's very visible, but here is the holder. Here is the holder for the holder for the projector. So usually I attach my projector here, and then it's going to project the image on the cookie. So then you need an oven. My oven is here. It's not very visible, but you need an oven. Now, if you don't have an oven already and you're planning to buy one, I would advise you to get one that has a fan function. Why? Sometimes you're going to get a very rushed cookie order. Now, when you have an oven with a fan function, you can turn on the oven to warm it. Just make sure that it's just slightly warm, and then you turn on the fan and you leave your cookies in the oven for about 30 minutes. It's going to hasten the process of drying your cookies. So it comes in handy, especially when you want the cookies to the icing, the first layer of royal icing to set before you can add in the details, and then you can leave your cookies to dry completely for the amount of time that they need to dry. You also need some serviettes. You need some serviettes. One for cleaning your work surface, and for writing on the cookies, especially if you don't have a projector. Remember I told you about the paper towel, not the paper towel, the tissue paper method, but it's actually the paper towel method, or the serviette method. You use the serviette to write on the cookies. In case you have a fridge, or you need a fridge, but in case you don't have one, it's okay. You can still start your cookie journey, because the recipe I'm going to give you is you can still use it without actually chilling the cookie dough in the fridge. Cookie dough sometimes needs to be chilled in the refrigerator, but my recipe doesn't need to be chilled in the refrigerator. Oh, right, you also need some baking tray. So finally, you need a mixer. You can use a hand mixer to make the cookie dough, but I don't know. Okay, usually with the cookie dough, it has to get really firm. So when you're using a hand mixer, I don't know if it's going to work. Maybe it will. I have not tried, but maybe it will, because where you want the mixer to mix your cookie dough to a point where you can actually roll it kama nini ya chapo. So you need a stand mixer. I am using this brand. I don't know if it's Rebune or Rebuni, something of the sort, but yeah, so that's what I use. I don't think I have forgotten anything else. But basically that's what you need to get started with your cookie journey. So I'll see you in the next episode where we'll be making our cookie dough and royal icing and working with 2 sets, which is a happy birthday and a Father's Day set. So stay tuned.